Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Rigatoni. We are going to be hopping into ranking every single relic as long as I put them on here, because I'm not going to lie, I probably forgot some. It's very hard to find the cutouts for them in the files. Very, very annoying. And if it's the wrong image, like the one I know is wrong is the Gother one. It's just not in the files. I couldn't find it, so I had the Halloween one there, for example, but it's just the one on his back, you know. So keep that in mind. I'll also be ranking the KOF ones, which I will probably do first, besides these two. Like, we already know, okay? Like, I don't even want to go into bait. Where is it? It's this one, I believe. Those two are instant god tier because they're so goddamn annoying. There is another one that'll be god tier, but these are just the ones that everybody already knows. I don't even know if all of them are on global yet. I know the KOF and the Gother ones aren't, but I don't know about the Excalibur Arthur. I believe the Shin one isn't, and I believe the Village Gother one is not as well. Because I think those are the final two that came out. I don't know if the Gill Thunder one is here yet. It might be, but yeah. So without further ado, let's hop right on in. So if you didn't know what Purgatory Bond does, just in case, whenever an ally die, increases max HP by 15%. Really freaking good. Twigos at the start of the battle for 2 turns, increase the hero's HP related stats by 30%, and taunts the enemy. It is a buff, so I recommend running a Ludo link on them, so that way you can't get frozen or stunned or anything, and you're just fine. And now we're going to just go through the order. This is Oni's Relic, which reduces damage received from enemies by 40%, which in my opinion is really, really good. If only his stats were better, it would actually be an amazing relic, and he would honestly be a pretty darn good unit. I love using him on Grey Demons until I got Merlin. Merlin just two turns it, so yeah, there's that. I think this is New King Arthur's. Like, looking at the list, I don't see another Arthur-looking one besides, you know, this one, which is Excalibur Arthur. So I would say, well, what it does is at the start of battle, for 1 turn, applies an effect that decreases all enemies' defense-related stats by 20%. I mean, it's only 1 turn, so it's kind of like a Ludo passive, and the thing is, you don't have to out-CC. But the thing is, like, who's running this Arthur? So I mean, I would put it in somewhat useful. It's definitely not trash, because if you're running, like, I almost said mono red, that team doesn't exist. Yeah, I don't know, it's all right. Like, I don't know what Arthur could be pretty good with it. I guess maybe the green Arthur, because then I guess maybe he would have a passive. Maybe the blue Arthur, which is really good for critting, but I don't know. All right, now we're going into the Brawler Bonds. Increases the damage dealt to enemies by 25%. It's good. Should I be basing this just off the relic? I'm gonna base it just off the relic, not off the units, okay? I mean, I guess it kind of ties into the units, because if this was just on some random unit and they just got 25 or 15% more HP, then it wouldn't matter. But since it's on Bond, it does. So I mean, it would be like in between these two, probably like the top of somewhat useful. But Brawler Bond just doesn't have any stats, like, realistically. Also, this one is garbage, simply because it is for the Nunchuck Bond, but he can't crit. Literally, he just can't crit. Wait, there's another Bond? Because I see an Adventurer Bond on here as well. Is there not Nunchuck Bond? Oh no, I'm reading Lilia's, my bad. Okay, so it is. Adventure Bond is a nunchuck one. For whenever the hero's attack lands as a crit, increases the hero's attack by 10%. Notice how it's just regular attack, so it's not that great. And then you also have to crit, which is almost near impossible without max Gother stacks. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I believe this is just the base Easton's, which increases the hero's own attack by 10% of all enemies' attack in PvP. Yeah, God, they're so close together. I wish they were color coded, because I can't tell. I would say somewhat useful, because I mean, if it says all enemies in all enemies attack in PvP. So you know, all of them have like 15k. So you'd be getting about 15k extra attack. But I don't know. I just don't see her surviving fast enough. Like, unless you're using her on the red Bond team or the Purgatory Bond team. Just my humble opinion. Maybe you guys could get those amazing matches that do 10 million damage and just go, whoa. But I don't do that because my Easton isn't built. So, yeah. All right, and then monos. I have seen the team. Okay, I've seen some teams where they run mono with the red Lilia, and it actually does amazing. But on its own, it is somewhat useful. It is so bad. You can easily just cleanse it away. It's only one stack. It's genuinely not that great. Like, if you just cleanse, boom, it's done. Like, yeah, you could use green Gother, the big mechy boy, but no, I'm good. I genuinely dislike that relic. I do have it. I've tested it, so you can't say, oh, you haven't tested it. By the way, I've not tested most of these relics, I know. Not everyone can test every goddamn relic in the game. This is just from what I've seen, my knowledge on the game. It's like 2% knowledge in the game, so that's big brain time. And now we're at green Eskenor, or, I mean, you could use it for red Eskenor, but who the hell would do that? Holy Knight Eskenor. At the start of the battle, increases the hero's attack by 50% of the hero's defense. So, my Eskenor has about 10,000 to 11,000 defense. That'd be an extra 5,000 attack. If you face a full mono blue team, that's pretty darn good. But if you don't, and you face anything else, it's only somewhat useful. I'm gonna be real. It sucks. It's not that amazing. I genuinely like the design of it and all, but it's just very mid-tier in my opinion, because it's just off of defense. Imagine if it was off of HP. Oh my god, that would be way too broken. But still, yeah, just not a very good holy relic to invest in. And now we are going to be going on to the big, the one Eskenor axe. Who? This is Jillian's sword, isn't it? It actually looks pretty cool. But the one Eskenor, he's a really good unit and all. But what his does is it ignores 30% of enemies' defense when using skills in PvP. Applies before skill activation. It's a very bad one, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put it like, probably above the Arthur one, because that one's like almost the exact same. I guess it's 20% defense related stats, but no Arthur is really that good. Eskenor, you know, he still pops off. He still pops off. If only Eskenor has just stayed the entire time. Yeah, because where is it? The one Eskenor? I mean, I guess it does, actually. It does stay the entire time, but I don't know. It does look very cool. I might end up buying it, but I'm getting Purgatory Bonds first. I gotta do it for the guild. Jillian's is really bad. I'm pretty sure it's one of the worst. When the hero receives damage, it recovers the hero's max HP by 20% at the start of ally's turn. Yeah, no, that's straight doo-doo. And the unit is pretty bad, too, so... Lilia, where are you? When a debuff is cleansed on the hero, recovers 15% of diminished HP. Is that actually what it is? Is that the right Lilia? Mage Lilia? I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know why I'm going into the Japanese one. That's, yeah, okay. That doesn't sound too great. At the start of the battle for 2 turns, increases the hero's HP rate. That's tweaked. When a buff is cleansed on the hero, recovers 15% of diminished HP. That doesn't sound that great. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that does not sound that great. Why? You just recover HP? Like, is that the enemy cleansing or is that you cleansing? I mean, it says hero. I don't know. That doesn't sound that great to me. I don't know. This is, shoot, whose is this actually? This is cup. Who uses a cup? Is this Lilia's? It might be. Whose is this? This has to be. I'm gonna assume this is OG Lilia. For each debuff on the enemy, increases the basic stats of the hero by 10%. Limit. Is that okay? Okay, let me look this up. What are the characters? Because I think this is completely backwards. Let me type in Lilia. Okay, it's completely backwards. That makes so much more sense. This is evil Lilia's. Oh my god. Because I was like, but she doesn't have a cleanse. That doesn't make any sense. So this is evil. So yeah, this is really bad. This one is really good. This one is much better. Whenever, that's the wrong one. For each debuff on the enemy, increase the basic stats of the hero by 10%. Limit of 5 times. That sounds really freaking good. So if you pair that with the mono, which applies corrosion, and then you also apply debuffs, I think she applies debuffs. I don't know. But you can also run the OG Green Valenti as well. Apply some debuffs with the attack related stat down, the defense stat down. Boom. That's some debuffs right there. More pass, more basic stats, more big kablooey damage. I'm so sorry for that confusion. God, why are they so similar? It's literally almost like the exact same thing, just backwards. This is Marmus. This is instant god tier, bro. You get to rush your ult first turn. Absolutely amazing. And his ult decreases all defense-related stats by like 70%, I believe, or something like that. It's a really fun one. I'm going to be getting it tomorrow because I think I can buy the stuff from the tree tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then we're down to Excalibur Arthur's. Removes the hero's debuffs and fully heals the HP when the hero survives with 20% HP or less. Limit once. This is an instant god tier. Do you know? I can call it that no matter how hard you try, you cannot one-shot that Arthur. Like, unless you have Eskenor ult, like, he's just not, he's gonna live. He's gonna live. He's gonna live with that one little HP, and you're gonna want to shoot yourself because he just went to full HP. Purgatory Bond's about to rush his ultimate. He just taunts up, and it's over. Like, so toxic, so annoying. And now we're on to the new Easton, Easton of Authority. For every ultimate move gauge orb of the enemy that the hero depletes using skills, recovers the hero's diminished HP by 10%. Oh my god, garbage. You can't do it. You literally just can't do it. She's just gonna cleanse. The Margaret's gonna cleanse, or your Easton is gonna die before anything happens. No, garbage. I hate that Easton. I'm sorry. I genuinely just dislike her. Shins. Increases the hero's damage by 50% when attacking an enemy with a debuff effect. I have seen quite a bit of gameplay on this. Miss Roseanne threw her account around like something inappropriate. And she let them, like, a bunch of YouTubers use the Shin, and it was useful. Like, it helped, but it was not worth the weeks that you'd have to grind in order to get it. Very much more useful on Red Shin, I believe, because, yeah, that's just from what I saw. And now we're on to the Gill Thunder. Increases resistance, crit resistance, and crit defense by 4% per each ultimate move gauge orb. Increases by an additional 20% if it is completely filled. I want this Holy Relic so goddamn bad, I'm not gonna lie, just because I love the red Gill Thunder meta from like the first year with Kabuki's Iron Wall video. That shit was fire. That shit was amazing. Like, I doubt this would even help because Purgatory Bond and Margaret are just like, huh, that's it? You're dead. But it could just be really fun. Sadly, I'm pretty sure this is an SSR one, so I would just put it in somewhat useful because I haven't actually tested it out. It could be really, really good, but no one has done gameplay on it, so I genuinely cannot go over it really into more elaborate depth. We're going to be talking about the Gother one. This is the Green Gother, SR Gother one. It's very disappointing to say the least. Whenever the hero uses buff or debuff, increases the basic stats of allies by 1%, limited 10 times, excluding PvP and deathmatch, and does not include debuff attacks. Who was this made for? Like, all you can do is rank up. I feel like it was literally just made for SR Gother. Like, because I'm pretty sure he has a debuff card, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it does damage. Or does it? I don't know. It's not that great. Because in the bird, which you can only use in PvE, like farming little modes, or the bird, it's like the main activities, because no deathmatch or PvP, you only get it from using a rank up. If you're using an actual Gother. Like, that is so pitiful and scummy of Netmarble to do. And they put does not include debuff attacks at the very end. What is the point of even allowing debuff cards to be used? Because it's only for Gother. Because Matrona taunts don't work. Margaret cleanses don't work. It is only the Gother rank up. It is probably one of the most disappointing ones of all time. And It's not trash, but I'm going to put it in trash for the premise that Netmarble, make good relics for PvE. Just don't make god tier busted ones for PvP like you did Purgatory Bond. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, the best team in the game isn't being the best team in the game anymore? Let's just drop 4 holy relics for the entire goddamn team. It's so stupid. I guess I only dropped 3. Because, I don't know, like, you can switch out Easton and Eskenor, and then, I mean, I guess to an extent Greenmore for the 4 slot. It's still really weird, but, yeah. I guess you could also put Kyo in there. And now, speaking of Kyo, we're on the KOF Collab units. They're relics. So I'm going to be going over them. I'll just go from Terry's all the way down, because that's the order it's in. For Terry's, when the hero uses a stance skill, removes all debuffs on the hero, and increases all stats of the hero by 20% for 2 turns. And nobody knew this until like a day ago. Apparently it can stack. Like if you have 5 taunts and you taunt 3 times the first turn, then the next turn it's your turn again. You taunt twice and you ult or attack, you get 100% of all stats. Because the only limit is it lasts for 2 turns. You can physically only get 5 stances, which is almost impossible, especially without being stunned or frozen or some shenanigans. So I highly suggest running Esterosa. That way, if you want to test out Terry, it'd be much, much easier. Or just running a really nice taunt unit. But that, I don't know where to put it. I'm so torn between godlike and just great. Because overall, Terry's like attacks are not that great. I hate his taunt. Like it's not amazing. The only reason his taunt is so good is because of his holy relic. If we had to rate the overall unit itself, I would put it in great. If we had to rate just the relic, I would put it in god tier. It's probably one of the better holy relics. But just because it is paired with Terry, I'm going to put it at top of great. Just slightly. Also that like that is much better. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like, it is really, really good. But there's so many freeze and stun units that if you don't have a cleanse or immunity with the Ludo Link or anything, or Esterosa, like, you're just kind of screwed. Because you're just being that perpetual cycle of, wow, I just really want to get this ultimate off, but I literally can't. And now, we are going to be going through Yagami Iori's. For each ignite on the enemy, decreases the enemy's penetration, which is pierce rate for us global players, crit chance, and crit damage by 2%. Excludes deathmatch, of all things. Why? Like, who cares? Honestly, it's a pretty darn good one, but I would have to only put it in, like, bottom of great. Like, I don't know. I guess probably above Alionis in them. Simply because, like, it is good, but with all these new Fest units coming out, like, their stats are so freaking loaded. That doesn't stop Bond, really. Like, yeah, I guess you get a little bit less DPS, but his main thing is HP. And I'm pretty sure he can just cleanse it by moving a card or using a card. I don't know if it's a debuff or not. I mean, I guess it is for each ignite, so I mean, it could go up to 12%. I mean, yeah, I guess you'd have to cleanse it because it like ties into the ignites. I don't know. It could be good, but I mean, it's in great tier. It's not like it's godlike because you do have to have Iori really built up. Like, same thing with Terry. They're KOF collab units, and honestly, I still think Amelia is the best collab unit in the entire game. Besides maybe Rom because, you know, she works with every unknown unit, but whatever. Second place would probably be Kyo. And then there's a massive drop-off. And now this is, we're going to be doing Kios, the one that a lot of people are probably waiting for. At the start of ally's turn, inflicts 2 ignites on 1 random enemy for 1 turn, applies when entering battle. In my opinion, that is really, really good. But yet again, the downside is they just cleanse. You could run the big Mecha Gother, but they just cleanse that away the next turn if you don't get a debuff again. So what I recommend doing with the Kyo is waiting till turn 2. You debuff them. You have the Zeldris in the back. You get max passive. You just fist someone down really, really hard. Probably like the Gother or maybe an Eskenor. But since he's blue, I don't know how well that would go. And honestly, it's probably my favorite one. Like, I think, in my opinion, it is like right around here. Like, they're all really good. I'm not going to lie. like, none of them are complete garbage except maybe Mize. I'm not gonna lie, Mize pretty bad. But I guess we're gonna be getting into the Thenas. I've never actually read hers before. When the hero receives damage greater than 30% of max HP, recovers HP by 40% of the damage received. I would say somewhat useful. Like, Athena, if she's in the front, you're probably already at a loss and you're probably gonna lose, simply because she's a backline unit. You could actually run her in Knighthood Boss, or what, Guild Wars, because a lot of people do run her, and with that, you know, sometimes, you know, you get that clutch situation like, oh shit, my Athena's gonna die, and then her Holy Relic pops, and it's just a really good passive. I genuinely do like it. It's very useful, or somewhat useful, like, but it doesn't seem like it would be a very great one in PvP. It seems more like Guild Wars where you're fighting an AI. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that one. And now we're going to be going over Mize. So her Holy Relic is when the hero receives a buff, increases all allies' attack by 15%. I don't know if that stacks. I assume it wouldn't, because it doesn't say 4 limited turns or anything. But there's also no limit on it, like only max of 1 time. But yeah, if it does stack, I would say that would be an absolutely insane one. But if not, I mean, it's useful. I saw Rose's video. Mine is just a really brittle unit that's supposed to be a DPS, but it just doesn't work out. Like, you need so many cards. It's just a weird place for her. Like, either you get the god tier card RNG and you get killed, or you don't get cards and you are the last unit on the field, essentially. And now we're up to Omega Regal. It's probably my favorite one just because Omega Regal is really cool. I absolutely love him. He just looks really fun to play with. When the hero receives damage, increases the hero's penetration by 10%, limit of 5 times. So his pierce rate can go up by 50%. I saw Speedy use him, and it looked absolutely phenomenal. Like, it looked like a lot of fun. I don't know how many matches he played, obviously, but even still, like, if you just throw up a Goddess Lich Shield, you're not doing anything. So in my humble opinion, it is. I mean, I guess I'll just do this. It's a somewhat useful one, okay? Like, he's very niche. If you get Bond ult, you know, you're dead. Like, unfortunately, that's just how the meta goes. So, yeah. Let me know down below, guys. What is your biggest gripe with this one? Let me know down below. What's your favorite Holy Relic? And also, I want to go into a little bit of personal stuff. So, for the people who want to stay, that'd be greatly appreciated. With my bodybuilding show in 5 days times, I am going to be speed running some recordings, and I don't know if I can get all the videos done because, you know, I have very low energy. I have work, I have other stuff to do. I have to help family, I have to maintain my hydration, my sodium intake. I just have like no energy to actually talk. And I've been trying to farm the bird all weekend. I couldn't beat stage 3. I'll try again tonight, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. So no Holy Relic Bond this week. It will most likely have to be next week. And after I get Holy Relic Bond, I'm done. I'm not farming the bird stage 3 ever again. I don't care. It's way too much like work for what it's worth. I wish I could have at least beaten stage 2 when it first came out, but I just didn't know how. But, yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm going to be trying to get 1 video every single day. Show's on Saturday. So I'll come back Monday. That is when I'll do the giveaway video. So, hopefully you guys are tuned in for that. Let me know down below if you guys want me to record any of the show. Like, you know, my posing or just me starving. Before the show, like, because the leading up to the show, you actually do get to eat quite a bit of like carbohydrates and actually like something of flavor. But now I am carb depleting, so basically I'm only going to be getting carbs from fruit and vegetables, and I'm eventually going to be cutting out basically all the fruit as well, except for maybe like 1 thing of fruit, just because, you know, I want to taste something, I guess. But, you know, it's going to be broccoli, green beans, fish, tilapia. That's the same thing. Protein shake, no protein bars, even though they tasted like chocolate bars and they were so good. But, yeah, that's about it. Thank God I'm recording. That could have been horrible if I wasn't. So, Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and peace out. And I love you guys so much. Cheers.